So a bakery sells 5 apple muffins for every 2 bran muffins sold. Which table shows this ratio? So you guys got a minute and a half to do this problem. What is your choice? It's like A, B, C, or D?
B.
Why do you get B?
Because for every 5 muffins, 2 for every 5 apple muffins, 2 bran muffins were sold. So since there's 10 apple muffins, that's 2. So 2 times 2 is 4. So it's that, and also it's the rest.
Okay. Anybody would like to add on to that, or agree or disagree to the answer? Kevin? I said anybody and then call Kevin. Anybody would like to disagree or agree? Mansi, what's your choice?
I don't get this one.
Say again?
I couldn't get this one and I couldn't hear Jen.
Oh, anybody would like to add to the answer? So the ratio, if you remember the problem and ratio that we have in the beginning, it says a bakery sells 5 apple muffins for every 2 bran muffins, right? My timer is getting crazy. So you need to figure out which one. So if you have 5 apple, here, let's see this one. 5 apple and 2 bran. The first one was correct. Let's check the second one. So what do you do with 5 to get 10? You multiply it by 2, right? So if you do that, do you multiply by 2 to get the same answer? 2 times 2, no. So A will not be a good ratio. If you look at C, 5 and becomes 18. What happened to that? So 2 times 4 is 8, but 5 times 4 is not 18. If you also want to check here, so you're gonna have the B gonna have 10, and then it becomes 15, and then it becomes 35. It jumps by how much? Jen, what did you do again to get that? I gotta get my pen.
So since there are 10 apple muffins, so it's times 2. So
you start with 5, right?
So 10 divided by 2 is 5.
That was the original. All right. So you could multiply this by 2, and you also multiply this by 2 and get a correct answer. And then you could multiply this by 3 to get 6, and you also multiply that by 3 to get 15. Did we get it correct to multiply to the next one? 2 times what to get 14? So you get 2 times 7, and then 5 times 7, it gives you 35. So the proportion here is always true. From apple to bran to apple to bran. So did you check this part? 2, if you're gonna have 5 and then 2 to the original, times 2, but 5 times 2 is not. That makes that answer wrong, right? Because if you want to do 5 times 4 is 20, 2 times 4 is not 4. So the only possible answer is B. All right, let's go to the next question. Here we go. In which set do all the values make the inequality 2x minus 1 must be less than 10? Sorry for that. So 2x minus 1 less than 10. So which of this A, B, C, D will make the statement true at all times? I'll give you a minute. It's a tricky one. So this is like 2x minus 10 is minus 1 is less than 10. So we usually do plus 1 both sides and then plus 1. Remember, we're doing it, it looks like this is 2 steps. So we're gonna end up with 2x, and then this is like 0, and then I'm still gonna copy that less than sign. 10 and 11, at 10 and 1 becomes 11. Okay. Hold the word all. And then we could just divide this by 2 and divide this by 2. I changed the color, but it didn't change. Then x will become what? 11 divided by 2 is what? 5.1. Let's go. 5.5. So now it says x must be less than 5.5. So which one of this will be true? A, B, C, or D? That will say that the x must be less than 5.5. Which one must be less than 5.5? So A is 10 less than 5.5, 15, 20. Will A be our possible answer? No. Is it 5, 7, 9? No, right? So Kevin was correct when keep on typing that the D is a possible answer. So that's D. Because 2, 3, and 4 are less than 5.5. Before you could do an inequality, you solve it first, like the way we did today in Excel. And that's how you're going to be working on it. Alright? It looks hard because it looks complicated, but when you try to solve it, it will be fine. Okay? Alright, so copy that in your paper. And then we'll move on to our next problem. Alright, so the model below represents the division problem, right? So which equation represents the model over here? Is it A, B, C, or D? Do you need time? Or you already know the answer? Alright, I'll give you a minute again. So the shaded part again, as I said before, that if you look at the shaded part, what do you think is the equation we can create? So the shaded, the entire one is 2 and 1/3. And it looks like we're gonna break it into 2/3. So it likes how many 2/3 we could get from 2 and 1/3. So which one do you think is the equation that represents the situation? So if that's 2 and 1/3, and we're gonna break it into 2/3, so let's look at the first one. 2 and 1/3 divided by 2/3. So the problem for letter A looks okay. So now you're gonna ask you how many 2/3 we could get. So that is 2/3, that's 2/3, that's 2/3, and that's half of 2/3. So it's 3.5. A looks correct. Let's look at it again on letter B. You guys think it's letter B. So again, you're gonna say that's 2/3, 1, 2, 3, and that's 1/3 of 3. But to be honest with you, that is 1/2 of 2/3. I need my pen. So that, if you look at this counts as 1, right? This counts as another 1. This counts as another 1. This should be the next
Mommy,
one.
I want Dada, Mommy.
Okay, go ask Daddy.
I want Dada.
And that was a nice intermission. So again, this is like a kind of you're looking for how many 2/3 you could get, right? So this is 2/3. It's 1, 2, 3, and this is supposed to be the fourth 2/3, but it's not enough. It's only half of 2/3. That's why your answer should be 3.5. You cannot say it's 3 and 1/3. I know you say, oh wait, it is supposed to be 1/3 because that's 1, 2, 3. It's 1/3 of the entire broken part, right? But then that was not what we're looking for. We're looking for, like, you need 2 bars to make 1. So here I could get only 1 bar. So it means it's only 1. It's half of that 2/3. Okay? It could not be 2 and 1/3. No, it's not. Oh, you know, it's 2 and 1/3, but it's not. The bars for Morse. Okay? So I know this might come out, but we'll see. Alright? Let's try next question. So the next question is, what is the value of the expression below? 2 bracket 3 parenthesis 4 squared plus 1 close minus 2 to the power of 3. Or you could also read this as 2 times 3 times 4 to the second power plus 1 minus 2 to the power of 3. Alright, give you a minute to do this. Alright, time's up, guys. Who has the answer? Anyone? What's your answer for this problem? Whoever comes in, by the way, there's one extra person. Can you please do your attendance? Mark turn in to the attendance. So let's do this. What is your answer for this problem? A, B, C, or D? Type your answer in the chat. Samia, Dridi said C. Jin said C. Alright, place 1 or 2. Alright, anybody else? There are only 3 people who answered this question. So again, we always have to do inside out. So we're gonna start with what is inside. So that's 2. I'm gonna just get parentheses with parentheses, it's fine. Or you could also use brace. You got 94, so you got C, and then that's gonna be 4 squared plus 1. Alright, and then minus 2 cubed. So we're gonna start with the inner section of it. So we're gonna start with this. So that's gonna be 4 squared is how much? 16 plus 1, so that makes it 17. And then we could just do 2 times 3, which is 6. And how much is 2 to the power of 3? Gives you what? Gives you 8, right? 2 times 2 times 2. And how much is 6 times 17? 6 times 17, you got 102. Minus 8. So 102 minus 8 gives you 94. So your answer for this problem is letter C. Did you guys get it right? So I hope you got it right. Okay? Just follow order operations all the time. All the time, order of operation is in. Okay? Alright. Moving to the next problem. So the triangle QRS with vertices Q, which is 6 and negative 2, and then R is 4 and negative 7, and then 2 and negative 2, Sean hate this, is drawn inside the rectangle as shown below. What is the area in square units of the triangle QRS? I give you a minute. You guys need to try to solve, okay? Your answer in the chat. It's okay. Oh my goodness, this timer never ends. Alright. Some of you said B, some of you said 10. Everyone put your answer in the chat if you already have. Again, you're looking for the area of the triangle. Rudy said she thinks it's B. Sarah said A. You guys are all over the place. So there is A, B, C, D. Oh, no one picked C though. Oh, somebody picked C? Oh. So it means you guys pick all the answer. I don't remember the formula to find the area of the triangle either. It's base times height divided by 2. Alright, so no one... There are 13 students and I see only like 3 answers or 4. How did it happen? So again, let's do this, okay? You are only looking for the area of this. That's what you are being asked to solve, right? But we don't have any other information. But you're not sure it's really half, Sean. You're not really sure that was cut into half. Do you think? I know, but we're not really sure that triangle was really cut into half. So we really have to make sure it's cut in half. So you guys are correct me. What is this length over here? This is 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4, correct? And this side is what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5. Okay. But we could not count the length and the height of the triangle because it's not really it wasn't really cut straight, right? So let's do this. So what we're gonna do is you're gonna really count the corners. So if I'm gonna find the area of this, what will it be? So they're gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. So that's 4 times 3. And since it is a triangle, I'm gonna divide it by 2. So that's gonna be 12 divided by 2, so you get 6. And how about this one? It's gonna be 2 times 2. And since it's a triangle, I'll divide it by 2. So that's 4 divided by 2. That gives you 2. And this triangle over here, we could say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. So that's 5 times 2. Alright? And divide by 2. So that's 10 divided by 2 gives you what? 5. So now those triangles these are the area of those triangles. Right? So but then we're looking for what is the area of the shaded portion. So it means we're gonna find the area of the whole thing, and I'm gonna take this area out. What remains is the area inside. You get that? So now, so you're gonna have 6, 2, and 5, and that gives you 13. So it means the area for this one, and this one, and that one is 13. But the area of the whole is 4 times 5. The area.
But how did you get 3 and 2? Like on the square.
Where is 3? Here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. You count the area of each. So the area of the rectangle is 4 times 5. Minus the area. Huh?
I don't get it.
So okay, so the area of the entire space is 4 times 5, right? Let me just erase that. The area of this entire space over here is 4 times 5. Right? 4 times 5, that gives you 20.
I feel sick, Mommy.
Alright, stay over there. So the area of the entire thing is 4 times 5, which is 20. Now, you need to find the area of this triangle that is in the middle. But we don't know the length and the width for that. So what we're gonna do is we take the area of this. That's the space. That is the area that we could like solve. So take that out. Cut that out. Cut it out. What remains is this. Find the area of this is 4 times 3, and it's a triangle. So divide by 2. It's 12 divided by 2. You get 6. Here it's 5 times 2. Divide by 2 because it's a triangle. So that's 5. This side is 2 times 2. Divided by 2 is 2. You add them all up, it's 13. So therefore, 20 minus 13 is 7. So the area of this triangle is 7. Right? You have to take out like if yeah, it's all over the place, but you could organize it more. Find the area of each. Is there anybody who were able to find the area in your own mind without finding the area of each? Treaty, go ahead, share.
The way I saw was first I wanted to find the length of the height of the triangle.
Okay.
So the coordinates were 6 and could you show me the coordinates again? I forgot what the coordinates were.
Here, you're gonna have 6 and you use the coordinate? Yes, it's 7, Shan.
Yeah. So I first found the length of the height of the triangle. So
Okay.
the distance from Q and S.
From
And
Q
so
and
first, yeah. So first I found the. So since the coordinates, they were not on the same x or y, I subtracted both of them. So for the y, I subtracted 6 minus 2.
Okay.
Which was 4. And then I added that to what I got, 5 minus 2. So I got 7. So then the base would be 7. And then the height, 7 would be the height. And the base would be 2 because the baseline goes through 2 different boxes and reaches the corners exactly. And so I multiplied 7 times 2 and I got 14 and divided that by 2 since the formula for area of a triangle is base times height divided by 2.
That's a good one, using those coordinate points, correct. So Drady is already in advance doing just finding the area, but you guys could not using it by points because we did not learn finding by points.
Can I share how I solved it?
Yes, go ahead, share. You can share your screen. Open your camera. I think you put it on your camera.
So I'll just explain. So basically I kind of did the same thing, and then I also kind of used logic because if you were to count the spaces in the triangle, not including the triangles and stuff, you can see that there's 10. But since you can see that some of them are half squares, they're triangles, so you couldn't count those as whole squares. So the only answer there that's less than 10 is 7.
So you just figure it out, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're right, but not all of them are full boxes. So it should be lower, and the options that you got, that's the only way. That is a smart choice too, right? Anybody else a different strategy? No? So in the book, what they showed us is just find the area of the entire thing minus the area 1 minus area 2 minus area 3 to get that area. Alright, that's one other formula too. Tiffany, ask question. You know that this is length times width, right? We're stuck on this problem for so long. That is length times width, which is 4 times. You cannot divide it by half, Sean, because we cannot really see that this triangle is half unless the picture is like this, like that. Then you're really gonna get a half, but we don't really know that that is half. So all you're gonna do is you're gonna just say 4 times 5. That's the area of the entire thing, which we know is 20. Then minus this area, minus the area, minus this area, right? This area minus this area and minus that area. So whatever you cut it out, what remains is this. All right. So this one is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. So that's 12 divided by 2. This is 5 times 2, 10 divided by 2. This is 2 times 2. Length times we divide by 2. So that's 2. And then you take it out from 20. All right. We'll talk about it. I'll talk to you about it. I'll give this an example in our class. So we're gonna deal more of it. Okay, Tiff. All right. So hopefully there will be a lot of a geometry problem or area problem in the test. Well, anyways, at least you have an idea. Let's go to the next problem. Another geometry. All right. Let me make it smaller, I think. Zoom. There you go. All right. Point F and G have been plotted on the coordinate plane. It's right here. So point G and point H are the same distance from point F. Which coordinates could be located of point H? So find the coordinate here, you could plot it in your paper. Which do you think will be the coordinate of point H? Again, point F and G have been plotted on the coordinate plane. Point G and point H are the same distance from F. So G and H are the same distance from F. So which coordinates could be located for point H? Alright, a minute. Seconds.
Guessed.
You guessed. Kevin, how did we get C? So remember the what do you call that? The problem is point G and H are at the same distance from F. So the only way it could be in the same distance is like when it is across each other. I didn't have time to just went with others. Alright, Sarah, Tiffany, go ahead. Tiffany, share. How do you figure it out? Go.
So it's C because I just counted the lines and whatever. G to F, which is 3, and then I just like graphed the other points and just counted the lines, and then the only correct option is C.
Correct. So if you plot 1 and 2, 1, 2 will be here. That's like totally out. If you plot 4, 2, 4 is here, and it's here. It's too close. So that's true. That the only possible way that it could be exactly the same is where 5, 1 is. 2, 5 is also here. It's not the same distance. All right. If it's 2, 6, I think yes it is over here, right? But it's not. So the possible answer only is C. All right. Next question. All right. So the bookstore is selling books for $10 each. Which graph shows the relationship between the number of books X the store sold and the total amount of money Y paid for the books sales? So figure out which graph it is. Give you a minute. Everybody got B. Even Tiffany said you got B. Alright, Tiffany, you raise your hand.
Yeah. Okay, so I picked B because the books, it says the problem says the bookstore is selling books for $10 each. So number of one book costs $10, and in the graph it shows 1, which is the number of books sold, and the amount paid is 10.
Alright. So it's just this number 1 is also 1, 1, but the dollar is incorrect. Okay, so this one too. But this is number of books. It's a different label. So the perfect answer is B. So just have to check the label for each axis, the Y and the X. All right. So all of them looks the same, but the labels are different. Okay, nice job. Go next question. Another kind of graph. So the ratio of students to adults on a field trip is 8:1. Which table correctly shows this ratio for each grade? Give you a minute. Raise your hand. Tiffany is still doing it. It's okay, Tiff. Keep working.
That was from before, but I can share if you want.
Okay. So, Sean, would you like to share in this one?
So what I did was 8 times 12
12 and I got 96. And then I did, and the ratio was 1, so it just didn't make sense for it to be 11 or 104 for the number of adults, or 88. So I just took a reasonable guess.
So you pick C as your correct answer.
Yes.
Alright. Anybody would like to add on how they figure out this is the answer? Yeah, it looks like the same tip. Anybody else? Sarah, would you like to add a little bit? Or Dreedy? Or Jen? Or you guys agree to what Sean said? You guys are quiet. What's going on? So you just said, you just figure out that it is C, right? Yeah, Mansi said yeah. Alright then, let's move on to our next question. As long as you understand how and why it is C, you guys put C as your answer. Alright, next question. Here. The phrase is a description of 2m plus 7. Which one do you think A, B, C, or D will represent? This is like the verbal expression and this is the algebraic expression. So which A, B, C, D represent this algebraic expression? This pen so I could write over it. So if we're gonna write this first one, so there's the word than. Remember that we have the word than. So 7 more is 7. It's plus 7. And this is 2 times m. So you're gonna write 2m plus 7. So the first one looks like it's correct. Let's look at the second one. It's 2 more. So this is 2 more. So that's plus 2. And this is 7 times m. So that's 7m. So you're gonna switch around, right? So that becomes 7m plus 2. Look at the third one. 2 times the sum of 2m of 7. Sum of what? 7 and m. So sum is 7 plus m. And it says twice that, or 2 times. And then this one, the last one, 7 times the sum of 2 plus m. So which one is the answer? So just letter A. And there you go. And there's no letter E. Yes. Oh, time is so fast. Alright, let's go to the next question. Whatever we could reach to the time, alright? So George has $23 to spend on art supplies. He wants to buy markers, papers, glue. If the total cost of the marker and a paper is more than 14, which inequality represents the $P George can spend on the glue? It's to $430 really. It's our last review, so this is supposed to be, let's say for example, she has 22 to spend, right? So it means he could not spend more than 23. That's how much he could spend. So he could not spend more than that. Okay, so again, and then it's gonna be 14 plus p. I could not write. So he could not spend more than 23. So the greatest he could spend is that month. So already spent something for he's already something more. So more than 14, he could not spend that. So now minus 14 both sides. So p should be less than 9. So Dridi, Sarah, you guys are correct when you say your answer is A. Alright? Not B. Not because P is greater. You cannot spend more than $22. So that's what it is. The most you could spend is 9. You guys are right. Go to the next question. Here we go. The net The net is a flat. When you flatten the box, it goes the net, right? So let's plot this box. So a net of a rectangular prism is shown below. So this is the net. The surface area of each face is labeled. So the top, the bottom, the left, the right, like that. All the parts are there. So what is the value? Which value represent the dimension in centimeter of the rectangular prism? You know it's the length, the width, and the height. What do you think is the length, the width, and the height of this box? Figure it out. I'll give you 1 minute. Alright, time's up. Can you please drop your answer? Is it A, B, C, or D? Tiffany said we don't know. Anybody else? What was your answer? How do you figure it out? Kevin said we don't know. You know the length? Oh, Sean. Go ahead, Sean.
It's an only reasonable answer because the it says wait. It's not.
It's Sean, I just want to tell you that this inside are the area. How do you find the area? Length times width. So what do you think is a number we're going to be using length times width so that we could multiply equals 12 equals 24 equals 18?
It's B. Because
I'm giving you a clue. Greatest common factor.
Is it 3, 4, and 6?
If you look at this problem, right, Sean? We could do 3, 4, 8, but 8 will not be a common factor for all of them. 8 will not go to 18. It goes to 24. But if you look at that very carefully, 3, 4, and 6 are the factors of all these numbers. Yes, it's the greatest common factor. That's correct. It's the greatest common factor of 18, 24, and 12. And that would figure out that will be the dimension of rectangular prism. And if you want to double check, you could do that by multiplying the length, the width, and the side. Remember, this is 4 times 3. And this could be 3 times 8. This could be 3 times 6. And it could be 6 times 4. So it's all the numbers, the greatest common factor, just to make it clear. Right? See, we're using all our previous knowledge to figure out the answer. Next question. Oh, this is proportion, guys. So a salesperson had $240,000 in sales last year, which is 60%. Oh, this is percent problem. Which is 60% of the sales he had this year. Which equation could be used to determine X, the salesperson's total amount of sales in dollars this year? So figure it out. So 240,000 is the sales last year, and that is 60%. All right, what he had this year. So which equation do you think we could use to find how much for this year? Percent, we say part over whole, okay, equals percent, pen, cooperate, over 100. Okay, so if we're gonna use this to represent the problem, right, so we could say that part will be 2,400. You see here, that is 60%. So we could write that 240,000, what did I say before? 240,000 is 60%. We do not know what is the 100%, which is this year, 100%. So this, you're gonna represent that. So 60% is the 240,000. We do not know what is now, which is the 100%. So you guys, when you say your answer is A, you get it correct. Right? So if you look at letter B, 240,000 over 100, 240,000 is not the 100%. If this 60 goes here, then that is also correct. If that 60 goes under 240,000, then that's also okay. Look, here for letter C, 60 and 240,000, if that 100 goes here, then that is an equation that's also correct, because it should be, the percent should be at the same place at all time, and the number should be in the same place at all time. Look at letter D. If that 60 goes down here, because that's 240,000, right? 240,000 is the 60%. They should always go together. And that 100 goes here, that 60 goes here, then that equation will be correct. Okay? Remember, they always have to be together. No matter how you twist this around, you could switch this around and around and around, they still go partner to each other. Right? Like you switch this, it could be. Alright? Next question. We're almost there. Let me make this a little bit bigger so you can see. So a student formed a pattern in which each of the, then it makes no sense. Lower it down so you cannot see everything. A student formed a pattern in which each term is represented by a sum. The first 4 terms of the pattern are shown below. So n will be, and then 1 plus 3, 1 plus 3 plus 5. It's a pattern of what? So which expression can be used to determine the value of the sum in any term of n? Good luck. It's a little bit hard. Sometimes you could try A. Let's see what if that will give me an answer. Let's try B. Let's try C. That's one other technique too. Then figure out what's the next one. Right? Let's go backwards. I'll start with letter D. So the n is here, right? That's the n. So that's 2 to the power of n. 2 to the power of n. Where's my magical pen? 2 to the power of n. N is 1. So 2 to the power of 1 is 1. No. So it means D is not right away a possible answer. Let's look at letter C. I'm doing backwards. So n is 1 plus 3. Will that give me 4? No. So C is not a possible answer. Let's look. Once 1 is wrong, everything is wrong. It will not work. It should work in every single box, in every single pattern. So 4n. So that's 4n means 4 times 1. That's not 4. So obviously A is the correct answer. Let's see if it's really correct. Here our A is n to the power of 2. So that's n is n to the power of 2. That becomes 1 to the power of 2, which is correct. The total here is 4, right? So if you're gonna have n, which is 2 to the power of 2, is it 4? Yeah, it's 4. Now we have 3 to the power of 2. 3 to the power of 2, which is 3 times 3 is 9. Is that 9? Yeah. Is this 16? Yeah. So 4 to the power of 2 gives you 16. So therefore, the formula that says n to the power of 2 is the one that works for each one of the pattern. Correct. I'm confused for first back the chart. It's 1, but it wrote 1. Wait, which one? 1 to the power of 2? It just... The first one. Go to the first one. You're gonna change the we're looking for A, right? We're gonna prove that A is the correct answer. So the A is n to the power of 2. Right? I'm just writing it big. So now, what if n is 1? So you're gonna change n to 1. So that's gonna be 1 times 1, which is 1. That's correct. Now again, what if n is 2? So that's 2 to the power of 2 is 4. That's 4, right? What if n is 3? So 3 to the power of 2, which is 9. You count that. and that's 9. And then what if it's n is 4? So n to the power of 2 is 16. So that is 10 and the 6 is 16. So therefore, whatever number that you guys have, let's say there's 6, then the answer gonna be 36. If that's 100, then that's how it is. And you could also do 1 times 1. Yes, that's correct. I was confused because I thought 1 to the power of 2 is 1. Yeah, 1 to the power of 2 is 1 times 1, which is 1. That's correct. You said 1 plus 1. Okay. I got it. So it's supposed, exponent usually multiply. Okay. Let's go to the next one. Not 1 plus 1. It's 1 times 1. Alright. Here we go. The most popular problem. Jason will use 1/3 gallon pitcher to fill an empty 3/4 gallon of water jug. How many water will he need in order to completely fill the water jug? Jason will use a 1/3 gallon pitcher. So he has a pitcher and it's only 1/3 gallon. To fill in the big one, that's 3/4 gallon of water jug. So question is, how much water will he need in order to completely fill in the water jug? Water jug, pitcher.
I tried to get to make the denominator 12, so I did 1 times 4 and I got 4, and then I did 3 times 3 and I got 9. So
Wait, before you move forward, what is the problem that we're solving?
How many times do you need to fill up
the water jug?
The water jug.
So what are the numbers that you're multiplying or something like that?
So I did 4 times 2 and I got 8, and then that was already 2.
Sean, what are you multiplying? What are the numbers you're using? Give me your original number. What is it?
1/3 and 3/4.
So what are you doing with 1/3 and 3/4?
I'm converting them into a different fraction.
Okay, go ahead. Oh my goodness.
So the fraction will now be 4/12.
This is gonna be 4/12.
No, the other one.
This one. This is gonna be 4/12, and then
that one would be 9/12.
And then gonna be 9/12. And then what are you doing next?
And then 9/12 divided by 4/12 would be somewhere between 2 and 3.
So you're actually, what you're trying to do before that is you're trying to do 3/4. You're doing 3/4 divide by 1/3, and then you change this into 9/12, and you change the other one into 4/3, right?
Yes.
Okay, and you're dividing. Now 4/12. 4/12. So what's the next step you're gonna do? Alright, there you go. What's the next?
I didn't find the exact answer, but I just found I just got the reasonable guess.
Okay.
Because 8. Because 4 times 2 would be 8, and then that would be 8/12. So it would already be 2
full pitcher
gallons.
Yes.
And then that would be
and there's a little remainder. Correct. So your answer gonna be what? So they're gonna be 2. Actually, that's 2 and 1/4. Correct. So you're gonna have 2 full pitcher and 1/4 of that pitcher. So it's gonna be between, which one is your answer? A, B, C, or D?
B.
That's a B. Dreedy, would you like to add to this? Thank you, Sean. Would you like to add on how you figured this out?
Yeah, I solved mine using division. So
Okay,
I
go.
divided 3/4 divided by 1/3. And
Okay.
so then I multiplied using a reciprocal.
Okay.
So I did 3/4 times 3/1, and I
Okay.
got 9/4.
Okay.
And then I made the improper fraction into a mixed number and got 2 1/4.
2 and 1/4. The same way. So the same denominator, just do the reciprocal. So it's 2 and 1/4. So it means we were able to get between 2 and 3 pictures, right? Very nice. Thank you for the share, guys. All right. So maybe one last question, then we go. And one last question. All right, the easy one. Which expression is equivalent to 5 times 6x plus 3y? Easy question. Let's go. Sammy, go ahead. What did you do?
You have to multiply 5 by 6 and 5 by 3.
5 by 6x. And then that will be what?
And 30y. 30x.
30x. And then 5
You
times
multiply 5 by 3.
3y.
Yeah, it's gonna be 15y.
So your answer gonna be D. Does there anybody else have violent reaction for this one? You guys agree? Yeah. Some other people will forget that you guys need to multiply for each term. So if you forget how to multiply that, you're just gonna end up with 30y plus 3y, the letter C. But again, always remember that the factor outside the term will be multiplied to both terms inside. So the answer is 30x plus 5y. Alright, nice review, guys, and wish you luck for the test on Tuesday. No, you're gonna have it on Wednesday. Alright?
Wait, so you said earlier before in this class that we're supposed to take the pictures of our work, but where do we put it?
Oh yeah, on this task, remember in the Google Classroom, there is the task for the day. Just take a picture of that and submit it as a work. And that will be, if you submit that, that will be the +7 for your next assessment in your regular classroom. It's in the Google Classroom. Hold on, let me show you. Good luck for your test. See you. Sean, you have a question?
No.
Alright,
Thank you.
Bye everybody. I'll see you in class. I'll see you Monday.
Miss Bumber, I have a question.
Sure.
So, like, is this our, like, last class? I mean, like, in here? Or are we gonna have to, like, come back again? I don't know how to
Today
say.
is our last day. Because our test will
Oh.
be on Wednesday, so we're not coming on Friday anymore. It's our last review.
I'm just saying, I'm not really forcing you to do it, but, like, I'm just saying, can you, like, do an after school, like Miss Chang does it? Where usually, like, extra help with, like, math.
Are you talking
if you
about
want,
Are you talking about regular math help or just for the test?
Yeah, regular math help.
Oh, there is a program. I'll let you know. I'll tell you on Monday. You could join.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
Yeah, okay, bye.
Alright,
See you
bye.
on Monday.
I'll see you Monday. Bye bye everybody. Bye Mansi. Bye Samia. Good luck, guys, and I hope you will get a good score in the state test. Alright, and thank you everyone, and until next time.